Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no greater power anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving amidst the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies, magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the union makes us strong. Hey! Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. For the union makes solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no greater power anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving amidst the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies, magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the union makes us strong. Hey! Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run. There can be no greater power anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving. It's the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies, magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the union makes us strong. Hey! Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no greater power anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving. It's the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies, magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the union makes us strong. Hey! Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. For the union makes us strong.
Decent work, and the opposite for decent work, which is precarious work. When you are in employment, you are either doing a decent job or a bad one. So today, among other things, we are going to evaluate and inform the country the different types of jobs that we offer and the different types of employment that we are doing as Ugandans. To your Global Union Federation, Uganda Textiles, Leather, Garment and Allied Workers Union is one of the affiliates of IndustriALL. The National Union of National Union of Chemical, Professional, Technical Employees is one of them. National Union of Uganda Uganda Mines, Metal, Oil, Gas and Allied Workers Union is one of them. Uganda Hotels, Food, Tourism and Allied Workers Union is the other. And Uganda National Union of Clerical, Professional and Technical Employees Union. Those are the unions that have organized this event in conjunction with the IndustriALL Global Union Federation, Africa region. We have also done this in collaboration with the Ministry responsible for Labor, and we are pleased to have the officials from Ministry of Labor amidst ourselves. You are most welcome. Another one. Asante sana. We shall be starting our program. I hope it has been very healthy for you. Did you enjoy it or you suffered it? What did you do? They enjoyed it. Thank you so much. We are also privileged to receive the Chairman General of National Organization of Trade Unions. You are most welcome, comrade. Amidst ourselves, we have the General Secretary of Clerical Union, Comrade Mukasa Delikat Haji. We are also joined with the General Secretary of Hospitality Union, Brother Mujema Frank. Amidst us are two officials from the IndustriALL Global Federation, Africa region, based in Johannesburg. But we shall introduce them officially at a later stage. I wish to warmly welcome you once again to the grounds where we have organized and arranged this event. I want also to thank you for the participation so far that you have shown in very many years for workers to do this on the streets of Kampala. We have a peaceful procession in commemoration of the World Day for Decent Work. A big clap. Another one. Asante sana. DJ, could you give us the solidarity answer as we plan the next action?
Participated in this march, more especially officers of Uganda Police in your various departments, the traffic officers, men in uniform. Thank you so much for being part of us, because we know you are also workers of this nation, and you too would not wish to work under a precarious situation. We'd like to thank all the invited guests who have arrived so far. We are still awaiting those on the way, but I know today, as you are all aware, is the International Day globally against precarious work. It is always the 7th day of October each year, and therefore we in Uganda are commemorating it under our global federation, the IndustriALL, which brings together 5 unions in Uganda. So we would like to thank our... It cannot be a blessing if it has not touched you. You remember even when they are baptizing you. A symbol of water. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Yes. Thank you so much, DJ, for that interlude. That number must be a union number because it really talks about the way we work, isn't it? Yes, we work for the betterment of ourselves and our families and the nation at large. Yes, tutakabalira kubeera bulungi. A healthy citizen are the greatest asset a country can have. Decent work involves opportunity of work that are productive with fair income, security and social protection. But in Uganda, the numbers of indecent work, which we call precarious, is increasing, and hence the theme of today. Because you'll find that we have some workplaces, they are employing 700 workers or 300 workers, but you'll find that all of them are casual laborers. Where is the benefit for the country? Because a casual laborer will not pay tax to the government, will not save for his or her future. Therefore, you are locking this person in the cage. You are locking his future or her future in the cage. We need decent work and decent employment. We need investors that can create decent employment for our people. Therefore, we should have sustainable policy that embraces good workplaces and good human resource management. This will lead to high productivity in the country with well-behaved workers. Because you should not joke with these workers. You mistreat them as at work. We have seen cases whereby a worker will go to the washroom after he or she has been mistreated. He will open that bathtub. The water will flow throughout the night. Who will be the loser? It is the employer. Therefore, we need to handle the issues of human resource management carefully. We have seen in workplaces where somebody will go and add more salt in the sauce. All customers will run away just because of mistreatment. We need decent work and handling of human resource management properly. Some employers believe that by handling their workers inhumanly is the best way to increase productivity. This is not the case. It is not the case. We need to join hands together, make workers participate in decision making in an organization. When they participate, the organization will remain sustainable. I feel that there is need to recognize the effort of both parties at workplaces if sustainability of an enterprise is to be realized. We have many companies, as I said before, who are employing workers on casual basis, and we call upon the Ministry of Labor, which is concerned. We have the law on precarious work. The 2011 regulation must be implemented accordingly. The forum must be formed where workers should come. They should come out and give testimony. I have one testimony which we have never shared, but it was handled by the Ministry of Labor. This happened in Lira, in one of the unions affiliated to IndustriALL, that is Chemical Union, where some 2 workers were working. And here is the situation: there was no forklift. So they were lifting a heavy sack from morning to sunset. So around 2 p.m., they got tired.
And these two workers decided to sit and rest in the corner. And what happened next? The boss came. And the boss said, "You cockroaches." He opened the zip and urinated on workers. These are life stories, and it is happening in Uganda. So if we don't come out and inform the public, the government, that there is some indecent work and handling of human resource, the workers, innocently, they always cry on government. Yet it is not government. It is the person employing them. Therefore, we need to join hands and make these workers come out and give testimonies whereby we can make some improvement accordingly. As I said, that there is need for such a forum. It is very, very important for decision making and also to determine the issues of living wage and minimum wage to the country. I would like to thank you so much for coming, and I wish you the best. Solidarity forever for God and my country. Thank you very much.
For decent work, everybody knows something decent is something good. So it is an international day for good work. However, our theme is in regard to precarious work. When we are celebrating a day for decent work, is all the work being done decent, or some of which is precarious? Now everybody is aware about this coordinating council of 5 unions, and I would like once again to request all the general secretaries of the 5 unions to stand up for it. Brother Ingura Joffre, who is in charge of Chemical Union, and Brother Mukasa Munirikat Katikajira, in charge of Clerical Union, and Sister Catherine Aneno, in charge of Textile Union. Our other colleague from Mines, they have not yet arrived because they are officially of the Hotels Union. We have coordinated together to ensure that this day is celebrated. So I would like to thank the secretary, the Chairman General of NOTU and your team for having graced this occasion, and our guest of honor from the Minister of Labor. In conjunction with IndustriALL Global Union and majorly the African region, and we shall be presenting to you also and request her to make a small statement to you, because she has been the anchor of making sure that this function is on by supporting it. And she has traveled all the way from South Africa to come here to also grace this occasion. And at this time, I would like her to stand up just for recognition. And when you see her resembling you, she's not from Uganda, she's a Senegalese. What is it?
From Ivory Coast.
From, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, but based in South Africa. She's from Cote d'Ivoire and has come with a colleague. You see, this function as an aspiration of people in their working lives. And it involves opportunities for work that is productive and delivers a fair income to the people, security in the workplace and social protection for families, better prospects for personal development and social integration, freedom for people to express their concerns, and to organize and participate in the decisions that affect their lives, and equality of opportunity and treatment for all women and men. So you can see it's a very, very long definition. But all it is talking about is that secure job that makes you develop. And now cognizant that the promotion of decent work has been a main objective of the International Labour Organization since 1999, and that the primary goal of ILO decent work agenda is to promote opportunities for women and men to obtain decent and productive conditions that promote human dignity. The ILO thematic areas for decent work country program in Uganda specifically include the following: increased opportunity for youth employment. So we should find out whether we really have increased opportunity for youth employment. And if the youth are employed, how are they employed? In decent work or in precarious work? Promotion of rights at work. Are these being respected? Are the rights being respected at workplaces? Social protection. Yes, whether you are all socially protected, whether everybody contributes to the Social Security Fund so that your old age will be covered. And impact mitigation of child labor and HIV/AIDS incidences at workplace. Those are the four thematic areas of the ILO decent work agenda. That's why they chose this theme of the policy of Uganda is not very consistent with the current legislation in the country. Though it's the industrial policy. And I will tell you that on the list of acronyms or people who assisted in the drafting of this policy includes 300 organizations, and NOTU or COFTU or any union or Ministry of Labor is mentioned. All other ministries are mentioned. The Ministry of Labor was not mentioned, was not involved. No worker was involved, but there's an industrial policy of 567 pages. Not popularized at all, nobody knows about it. Even the industrialists themselves don't know. If you look at it, well written, but not observed. So it has not protected local industries and businesses, and being the main cause of precarious work, and we blame this onto the industrial policy. Hence, the birth of the theme of today, which says sustainable industrial policy, a key to elimination of precarious work. IndustriALL Global Union is pushing for change of these industrial policies so that they are all inclusive, that all stakeholders should be involved in making these industrial policies. It is due to poor industrial policies that we are getting this, one of the reasons as to why we have precarious work. So we have been talking about precarious work, precarious work. What is precarious work? Precarious work is the opposite of decent work. But its ILO definition is, it is a non-standard employment that is poorly paid, insecure, unprotected, and cannot support a household. But in the recent past decades, there has been a dramatic increase in precarious work due to such factors as globalization, the shift from manufacturing sector to the service sector, and the spread of information technology. Where people used it to work, now computers work. An important aspect of precarious work is its gendered nature, because we see women being more overrepresented in this type of work. Because women can do anything, many men have also abandoned the women with children. So a woman has nothing to do, and she will do any work, and has increased precarious work. The man will not work for 100,000, a woman will decide to work for the 100,000 because she has nothing to do. But the man will go and play cards, matatu and whatever other than working for 100,000. So this is a serious problem for women in the country and a serious problem to the economy. So this is a real contrast with regular employment. Precarious work is frequently associated with the following type of employment. Now for you workers and stakeholders, you know these types of employment. They talk of part-time, flexi-time, self-employed, fixed-term, short-term contract, temporary work, on-call, casual work, per day, per piece, home-based workers, and telecommunicating. All of these are types of work. They will say, those are just our telecommunicating people. You see very many of them employed in the telecommunication sector, but they're just casuals. They just earn on commission. Many employed in industries, they are paid per piece. How many boxes have you packed? And you'll be paid per that. You are not protected socially. There is no social protection because you don't contribute to the social security fund. And this is what is associated with of labor. And we would like real dialogue with the Ministry of Trade and Industry to ensure that this policy changes. Food processing and juice making companies are closing down due to non-protection from external competitors who bring in their products untaxed under the non-tariff barrier protocols and COMESA. E.g., how would you put tax on Tetra Pak? Tetra Pak are these packages which they put on juice, and you tax it 20%, and the producers are Kenyans. They also produce the same juice, and their juice, when it comes here, it's not taxed, but the package is taxed from Kenya to bring it here. Then they sell into the same market. Then that means that these other Ugandan juice producers will have to close. And that is because of a poor industrial policy. Charged 25% on fat and 10% on packages. Then free biscuits are coming from Egypt, from Kenya, which are not taxed because of COMESA, because of the common protocols. And the biscuit companies are also closing. So this is entirely industrial policy. And what do the people do, what do the employers do, is now to casualize labor. They lay off, and if they want anybody to continue with the production, all workers are casualized. And it is the reason we say it is one of the causes of precarious work. I have another example. In the textile sector, most companies have collapsed. We are remaining maybe with one or two because of the non-implementation of the textile policy. We took a lot of time and put in place a textile policy under the Ministry of Industry and Trade, and to work hand in hand with the industrial policy. But I must assure you that this has been neglected. You can imagine our country to allow importation of used underwears, used knickers, used brushes, used vests. I had even asked our chairperson to come and showcase of these which are just bought directly from Owino and some of these green shops and name it. And it is killing our industries. Because It is a matter of, in fact, even if you said that no knicker or underpart will be imported in Uganda, it can make two industries survive. But we have them here, even torn, but they are just pulled from the market.
Organic cotton. And I think it is recommended that people should put on cotton. But you'll find that in the market, we have this type of underwears. And if we are trying to import this, I think we are importing disease to the country. So something should be done, because we have companies like Phoenix Logistics, I don't fear to give example, is in the verge of collapse. Because if Phoenix Logistics could produce this type of underwear, I think it will sustain our company. The company wouldn't collapse because this is a sample from Phoenix, but it is left with a handful of workers, about 30 of them. A company that has been employing 300 workers, it is in the verge of collapse because of this type of underwear. So we need to fight this out of Uganda, because we are very beautiful women. We cannot put on such type of thing. It is ridiculous. We also have shops along Kampala Road. KCC is cleaning the city. They call it tropical mix for Africa. I'll not mention the shops, but they should stop selling this type of things to the nation. Thank you.
Yeah, so I was telling you, a policy on only that can make a whole company survive and employ over 1,000 workers decently. Government has done well, and currently they have put in place a factory for police uniforms. That is good, but it's going to kill another factory. The one which is producing police uniforms is now going to close, because it has been producing not only police but army, name it. Now government has taken that over, but there's a lot it can do. We also, since we have government officials here, call upon government to direct all government-aided schools to buy uniforms from another company, a particular company. That company will also survive, because they give money to these schools, so they can direct that all government-aided schools should get uniforms from a particular company, and it will survive, and we shall have employees there. They can direct also that all government hospitals, all those uniforms issued should be another company, and that one will also survive. So we are doing all this because we are seeing that the industrial policy is not implemented, and it is poor, and it is causing precariousness at the work. When the employer has nothing to do, he severes the job. He makes the job precarious. A job which has been decent becomes precarious. Another example, the pharmaceutical sector. Remember talking to government also in this particular case, they asked that if they could only leave them produce Painex, these painkillers only, and they ban bringing in painkillers from outside Uganda, that they can make 10 companies to do this, and this will employ many people. But there is no ban on that. There is even no high tariff put on the importers. People are just struggling, and companies are closing. And I will tell you, the masters of casualization now is the pharmaceutical sector. Those are masters of casualization, because they can't break even when they have such competition. The industry, where traders lack a guidance on how to compete, In fact, in other countries, we have what we call a competition authority. There is no competition authority here. Can you imagine a landlord giving you space for a supermarket, and after 2 years he also opens one, or invites another competitor on one floor, either above or below you? Will the other one survive? So supermarkets which were just beginning are also beginning to close, because there is no competitions authority which can guide, and all this is the Ministry of Trade and Industry. That's why we developed this theme that sustainable industrial policy, key to elimination of precarious work. Therefore, the effort to campaign for improved industrial policy is a roadmap, making decent work a reality, as well as poverty reduction. From, but not limited, the following institutions: IndustriALL affiliate members, they have already told you, the 5 unions. Ministry of Gender, we are happy, we have officials from here. We invited very many people, but this rain, and yet it was a short program, others have not been able to come, but we thank all trade unions who have come, members of the public, and that realizing that decent work is a tripartite responsibility, the partners there too are therefore strongly urged to continue engaging, to put in place legislation and policies that to monitor and evaluate the same continuously. I'm very sure that I have.
And I want to also emphasize 3 things that I have picked from the concept note. One is that there exists an industrial policy. How many of us have ever seen it already? By show of hands. Who of us has never seen it or even heard about it? It exists. It is a challenge. The existing industrial policy that, besides not being known to the stakeholders, it is that this policy did not adequately provide for the protection of the indigenous companies that being at a very low level. Many companies, especially in the food processing industry and cotton, have closed many lines and are only surviving on one line, not to lose identity, but they are not in business. By UBOS 2010-2012, which revealed that 67% of the jobs created during that period were casual jobs. Casual jobs are actually meaningless to even the person that is doing that job. It does not give you money enough to even sustain your family. Take an example, if an employee, and we are all aware, there are employees in Uganda here who earn less than 100,000 shillings. But this employee has a child or two, a wife, and the child is school going, he rents, he pays water bills, electricity bills, using the 80,000 shillings. Do you think that person is meaningful to the economy? He does not contribute to his social protection. He does not contribute to NSSF, for example. He does not even pay as you earn. So he's like useless to himself and useless to government. But he's also working. And such jobs are very many in Uganda. Having noted those concerns that I picked from the concept note, and given the fact that we have many people here to deliver their speeches, and people from competent offices and all ministries, let us await I wish to thank the General Secretary of Uganda Hotels, Food Tourism and Allied Workers Union for the good job that he has done to make us aware about the reasons, the objectives, and what we expect out of this function. I will invite there.
I've always seen you advocating for workers' rights. The workers around here, this is especially for you. As usual, that is what workers do. When I say precarious work, you say no. Precarious work? No. Precarious work? No. Decent work? Yes. Decent work? Yes. Just give us the decent work we need.
Remarks. Either of the two or both of them can stand and deliver their return.
Avanza! Viva IndustriALL! Viva! Viva Uganda! Viva! Viva Uganda affiliates! Viva! Viva our Uganda officials! Viva! Viva our Uganda officials! Viva! Viva Amapolisa! Viva! Amapolisa means our police force because they helped us have a peaceful march. We've just seen the nature could need to hold that gratefulness. As a result, it poured down this water to say thank you. That's how God recognizes good people. Comrade, if we are here, it's because we have come to respond to your call. A call of solidarity, a call towards what IndustriALL needs us to stand for. This is a great day around the world for the power of the working force. We call it the working force because we are a force to be reckoned. We are a force to be recognized, so wherever we are, we have to act as a force. When we say the defense force, they act with force. When we say the working force, we have to act with what? With force. That's why we are here. I will give time to my colleague to say a statement of IndustriALL as a whole. But before we go to that, we need to know the reason why we are standing here as a workforce. We are the one who have to convey the message of those who are stranded in human conditions, in mine, in factories, in different places whereby they are suffering because they thought they have no one to express their voices. And you are here, not for you as individuals sitting here. You are representing those people. Right now, some of them have been kept like slaves for more than a week because the boss needs to reach a certain number of orders that were given to him. These workers are suffering then. These are the people that we are all representing here. Brother, don't keep quiet. Look at a small baby. They always give me that example by one of my old leaders who told me, when a small baby is hungry, nobody can stop that small baby. Just look at the baby's age. He knows that when something goes wrong, I need to make noise. The baby realizes that the only way to make my voice heard is by screaming. He will scream, even the parents can't go to bed anymore. In the middle of the night, you will wake up no matter what you are doing. You will stop it to save the baby. Am I wrong or right? This is the spirit that we need to instill to each one of you. Don't keep quiet when you are being suppressed, when you are being utilized, when you are being abused, you are being exploited. You keep quiet. Who are you? Are you dying living? Are you dying seeing at your own death? There is nothing bad than dying when you can do something to avoid that death. Comrade, it's a short word just to give you the meaning of each of one of us here. We have a representative from the government. They need your voices. Some think we are enemies of the government. That's false. That's false. We are instead their watchdogs. Because what is happening in your factories, ministers are not there. You are the one who are in those factories who know what you are facing. Your ministers are not there. You need to talk. You need to translate the message to the ministers. You need to translate the message even to the head of the country who doesn't know. The head of state has a lot of political issues to deal with in such a way that if you guys don't scream as a baby does, your father will never know that you are going through hard time. Amanda! Make noise when something is going wrong. This is the message. For them to know that there is precarious work taking place into Uganda, you need to make a note. That's why we are campaigning. This is a campaign. You have to make noise. You have to market your misery so that people know what's going on in Uganda. If you don't do that, IndustriALL has come with those strategies, as my colleague will give you a short statement from IndustriALL. But it's amongst the main objectives and goals of IndustriALL. Unity. We have left all the way from South Africa to come and share with you this message, to come and share with you this moment of expressing our voices, our miseries, our death. Look at Ebola is killing people there. You think who are the most affected if it's not the working force? The health workers there are dying. Are they making noise to make the government aware of their miseries? Instead of thinking about them, they're thinking of the people who are sick, not thinking about those who should have been protecting the sick people. If all the nurses and doctors die over there, what will happen next? When a worker is sick, the whole country is sick. The economy is sick. Nothing works. We go into crisis, depression. This is what happens. So you are the biggest bosses. It's not the person with money who holds the labor power. It's the working force reason why you have to call yourself force. You are the force. If you go sick, the whole economy will go sick. If everyone here on the street is sick, no car will drive around here, will go around. The whole offices will be closed because the workers are sick. The employers have red eyes. They start knocking all the doors. Government, it's not enough. They go to the police, it's not enough. They go to the army, it's not enough, because the working forces has laid down their tools. Can you see the force that you are carrying in your hands? You don't carry bullets, you don't carry guns. It's your labor force that they need most. Realize it from today, labor brothers, comrades, that the power lies in your hands. When things go wrong, what did I say? Shout. Order! Let's leave it to my colleague Paula to give you a short statement from industry. We would have said much, but...
Solidarity. Thank you, comrade, for having me here again. It's not my first time, although it is for my comrade here, Charles. But it's always a pleasure, for me to be among the comrades, and especially to participate in this particular campaign against decent work. When we started, the project with our affiliate in Uganda, and then they raised the issue about standing together against precarious work, we thought that as a regional office and then as an international federation that we both represent here, that it was important for us to support the Ugandan brothers and sisters who most of the time are working in horrible, working conditions. I've been in many workplaces in Uganda, most particularly in Jinja, where I have seen very difficult, working environments. In the steel mills in Jinja, where a lot of people, most especially women, have been working there for years, sometimes more than 10 years, as precarious workers with no benefits. And then we think this is really unsustainable, and it is not right. So we want our government representative to know that, to be aware of the fact that there are people in this country who are still working under very difficult working conditions, and then because they have nowhere to go, they have nothing else to do. As the comrade Stephen has pointed out, when the work cannot be done by a man, a woman has to do it because she has a family to feed. So therefore, this is one of the things that we have to be aware of, the fact that companies are closing, work is becoming more casualized. Work is still important. Company needs workers to sustain, the businesses, but yet they think that casualizing work is the way to go. So the next century that we're going to be going through is going to be a very casualized one, and it's a sustainable. If we don't do anything about it right now, I don't think we're going to have generation to sustain this work one day. So I'm just going to read a short statement. As mobilize the members to stop precarious work in conjunction with the World Day for Decent Work on October 7, 2014, which is today. Regular, permanent, and direct employment remains under constant attack from multinationals and other forces that are promoting precarious work. We strongly encourage affiliates to take action and denounce precarious employment and insecurity, which is becoming everyday life for more and more workers around the world. This global action is a cornerstone of the industrial campaign to stop precarious work. Mass global action helps to bring visibility to the issue and to strengthen national campaigns, as well as industrial position in challenging multinational companies, sometimes governments, unfortunately, and the institution of global governance. Every year, this mass mobilization sends a powerful message that workers everywhere will stand up to protect their rights. So with that being said, it's just a way for our international federation to stand against precarious work, and they say that it's very possible for all workers in this world to have decent work. So with this last word, I really want to thank you to the organizers, to the chairperson of the INCC Uganda, to all the affiliates, to the guests that we have.
To learn from the deliberation or the presentation by our colleagues from South Africa. In the interest of time, I want to request the chairman. Solidarity! Forever. Solidarity! Forever. Others are not showing. What's the problem? Solidarity! Forever. Solidarity! Forever. A representative of the minister, our brother from the ministry, the chairperson of talking about. Few days ago, we were making an argument with somebody who was trying to praise the liberalization. And I was telling him he was now praising the telecommunication, how they have created more jobs and so on. But most of these telecommunications, how many people are working there as permanent workers? In fact, when you look at all of them, from MTN, UTL and the rest, they don't have more than 100 workers as permanent workers. Now, the jobs which were permanent, they don't have social security. Thirdly, most of them, they don't even contribute to national social security. What do we mean by this? That means they just wake up in the morning, they get any money. Sometimes they don't even get the money. But now what are we talking about? A representative from the ministry, Honorable Minister Sir. We are not requesting, but we are demanding. We are demanding that we recently were in International Labour Conference. We agreed that come July next year, we must have minimum wage. And you have a deadline to beat. Now, for us, we are saying we want to see this in place. We want to see you looking at industry as something that can help workers. We want jobs which are decent, not people coming here creating jobs which are not going to benefit the working people. We are demanding, I'm using the word demand, because we no longer want to use simple words or begging. We contribute to the economic empowerment of this country. All the industries in this country is run by the workers. Transport sector in this country is the workers. Education in this country is the workers. We want now to be at the center stage. We don't want to be recognized as secondary citizens. We want all the policies, when they are being formulated, we must be part and parcel of that formulation of the policies. Are we together? Can we clap for that? It's the last day. It's the last day. I'm giving Honorable Maria Wanoka to put in place management in NSSF. If she doesn't within 1 week, let her resign. You cannot leave an institution with 4 trillion shillings of Ugandans, the workers, under the hands of, you are leaving it in the hands of who? There is no management now in NSS, top management. And since the last 3 months, we have been begging her. There is no more begging now. We have been mobilizing the whole country. We are now saying 1 week is the last warning. 1 week is the last what? No more deadline from today. 1 week. Are we joining together? We are saying, we are also saying no more precarious what? Are we together? I'm talking here on behalf of the workers of Uganda. There is no more joking. Joking is now what? We must help our government. We must help our government to what? To put in place things that will help you, me, and the country. When we are comfortable, we can build this economy to the next level. So nobody is doing us a favor. We are also not doing a favor to anybody. Are we together? So, Honorable Maria, take this message 1 week this time. There is no more deadline now. I just want to conclude by thanking each and every workers. Last weekend, we were doing what we call trying to improve quality of education in Uganda. Because we have children, we have government has brought in UPE, but together with the UNATO and the rest, we are saying now we want even to improve what? The welfare of the teachers, the school, and improve quality education in Uganda. At the same time, we are saying work must be decent, and that is the... I want to conclude by thanking everybody and wish you all the best. Represent in NSSF if you don't want problem with the workers.
Thank you so much, Chairman General, for those remarks. Today is Decent Work Day, and it is an international day. It is not only being celebrated in Uganda, it is being celebrated in all countries that are member states of the United Nations.
Work the way, pay me the way you want. So it is up to the employers to choose whether to pay us the way we want and we work the way they want. If they continue paying us the way they want, we shall continue working the way we want. On that note, I take the opportunity and dress in the biggest court to invite the representative of the minister, and I do not want to introduce him. He will introduce himself.
I want to start with the MC. Thank you for this opportunity. Since you took the effort to give me the platform. The representatives and the Chairman General, Notu, the representatives of COF, which is the engine behind IndustriALL, specifically the General Secretary, Hotels Union, and your team. Allow me
to respect protocol as it is established. Because in my culture, we have a saying that if you are representing, you don't put on all the shoes and tie all the shoelaces equally. You leave some a bit not very firm, just in case of anything. You know, you take off. Comrade Charles and the madam from South Africa, who I now recognize, you know, there's no, as he said, you must be the last one to shed the blood. And I definitely cannot run away. I'll be the last, if at all, to shed the blood. Various speakers have talked about the decent work. Our role is to unpack it from the documents, from different policy documents, including the voluminous industrial policy. As various leaders have talked about it, it's a document, it's a paper tiger. We need to unpack it and marry it with employment law and labor laws of this country. Comrade Charles talked about a baby crying. If you don't marry the industrial policy with employment policy and other labor laws, definitely the baby will keep crying. Therefore, we have a big mountain task of convincing the establishment of working together in the spirit of the tripartite to make sure we promote decent work conditions with enforcement of standards. And those of you who have worked with me, now I'll take my honor to introduce myself. This is a very unique speech because the introduction is in the middle of the speech. Bernard Mujuni, Assistant Commissioner, Labor Inspectorate, also Secretary, Medical Arbitration Board. Those of you whom we have compared notes, Catherine knows very much, and the different leaders here know that I do not compromise where even the grain of labor standard being threatened to be abused. I don't compromise. And to me, I think the resolve is to protect Ugandans, both the employers and employees of this great nation. We have seen child labor in its worst forms. We have seen bonded labor, which is slave labor, happening. We have seen prison labor. We have seen child prostitution and pornography. We have seen human trafficking. We have seen casualization of labor, where workers work for 10 years. They don't have any evidence that they have ever worked. You have stolen away the whole 10 years. They can never sell their labor elsewhere. You have thrown them into the sea of nothing. And we have seen people with HIV/AIDS being terminated simply because they succumb to the whims of the disease. We have seen and we have lived to see people who have gone for maternity leave and they have come back when they have been terminated. Some of us, at the end of the day, apart from a prayer, you need to fall somewhere and go through some of and digest and learn how to create a barrier, because every day you are absorbing some of these complaints every day. At the end of the day, you are broken down because you are a human being. You take what we call transferred stress, and all labor officers will take it. We will tell you what they go through. I therefore resonate with the fact that we need more labor officers. We need labor officers to handle the case backlog, especially in the eyes of the establishment of the industrial court. And I can tell you that this particular process is being fast-tracked by the ministry. We are consciously aware that the middle class, that His Excellency definitely has been emphasizing and has led this great nation to achieve, will not necessarily thrive in this if we must match up to the standards in the East African community. And on that, we are working out on the strategies to establish labor productivity centers. We have done all the paperwork. I can tell you that not far from today, we shall have visible challenge establishments in place. Without having consumerism economy, people must purchase stuff. That we are not working as Ugandans alone, but as East Africans. And therefore, we are engaging different parties to make sure that the youth, the engine of this economy, get decent employment. You go into different sites, workplaces, you find the youth, you find the women. The other day I found a working woman with a young child of around 2 years on the back. She was on the machine mixer, sand mixing. At around 2 p.m., it was hot and sunny. She was sweating, and the child was also sweating. Is this what we want for this country? At the end of the day, she earns 3,000 shillings. What will she take home? Even she cannot get the milk to feed the child on the back. We must take action in all our various establishments. As Comrade Charles said, we represent the workers of this nation, and therefore we must not let them sink. We know that there is a need for social protection, and as such, the government, and you have seen time and again, His Excellency launching this particular program, expanding social protection. We have taken this as a ministry. Apart from the social assistance for the elderly, we are working out on grants, even for the youth. You are well aware of the Youth Livelihood Program, which is national in nature. And to me, I want to commend the government for this. Solidarity! Forever. Solidarity! Forever. Thank you very much. We have deliberately tackled the issue of maternity, protection of mothers, establishment of workplaces that are conscious of the mothers who are feeding at workplaces, so that mothers can come and their children can breastfeed from their workplaces by providing a particular special room. I can tell you that through the development of labor inspection guidelines, we are making this one a precondition for all the workplaces. We have started the process of making sure that we resonate with the market realities. We know that pension and social security cannot be a preserve of those only enlisted with NSSF, but even the pension sector that needs reform must be done carefully and in line with established international laws and standards. And therefore, we have looked at the workers' compensation law. We have identified some weaknesses, and we've worked with the Law Reform Commission to make sure that the necessary legislations are reviewed to match the international established standards, to make sure that workers access social protection. Make the industrial court very, very, very active. It's a very, very robust court. I want to commend all of you, especially the leadership of all the centers and all the unions, for making sure that the dream which we would sing every Labor Day came to reality, the establishment of the industrial court. We need to celebrate this, ladies and gentlemen. Without going into the further details, I want to thank the organizers of this day.
The feeble strength of one, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity.